Guys, we got a motion and a second, so you can go. Flags dropped. Go.
Thank you, Chairman. Committee, House Joint Resolution 706 is a constitutional amendment. In the event if a member out of either chamber, out of the House or the Senate, would be expelled, they would not be eligible based off the requirements under the Tennessee Constitution to be elected or reappointed for either chamber should this end up passing through this General Assembly, through the next one, and then it would actually go to the citizens. So this actually puts the power of the people's voice, to where they actually get to decide if they want this change made to the Tennessee Constitution. And that's simply what it does. I stand by.
All right, very good. Now, as before, before we begin any questions, we have a request for testimony, and we're going to ask Macy Fluharty to please come forward. Ms. Fluharty, you know, if you please state your name, if you would. Identify who you are with, and you have 3 minutes, ma'am.
My name is Macy Fluharty. I'm a Davidson County resident. Thank you for allowing me to testify against this resolution. Since last week, the chairman of this committee denied me this opportunity, seemingly to pass a similar bill. In 2023, after tragedy hit our city, thousands across both aisles made their demands for gun reform known, and yet still to this day, we are ignored. When a lack of care for our Tennessee children was made clear to us, our chosen representatives joined us in protest. Extremism from the far right was met with extreme measures stemming from our right to peacefully protest. And while these acts were unprecedented, expelling members for exercising this right was another extreme measure. Now this body is going to extremes again by changing our Constitution. Us Tennesseans deserve more than these games made up of extreme acts. We deserve a government that will work to compromise to protect us constituents, not a party that not only won't budge on a majority favored issue, but will expel members for their push for accountability and action. During special session last year, we saw our supermajority silence Representative Jones for going off topic, although he did not in either instance that day. Since then, new House rules have been adopted, seemingly making it easier for this legislature to silence and expel members arbitrarily. While I fear voter suppression and our depressing political climate will continue to poorly affect voter turnout, if this resolution moves to ballot, we will advocate for voters to show up. Passing this revenge onto us feels unfair to say the least, especially considering a very similar piece of legislation has recently been passed through House and likely Senate soon. Instead of going to such extreme measures like changing our Constitution, our legislators should be mentoring and working alongside our outspoken representatives. We the people choose our representatives to work with you. We do not choose if they get expelled. We have seen this legislative body abuse their experience and power consistently, so much so that we are facing changes to our Constitution. How are we supposed to trust you with that type of power a resolution like this offers? Please vote no. There are better solutions than this.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Yes, we do. Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
Thank you so much, Chair.
Yes, to the testimony, to Macy.
Yes, thank you so much, Chairman. And Macy, thank you so much for being here and for speaking on this issue. One of the things that, of course, I've also talked about is the importance of preserving the right of citizens to choose their representatives, not any other way. And you mentioned the revenge that seems to be happening with a number of pieces of legislation up here. So for you as a constituent in Davidson County, as a constituent of all of ours, as a Tennessean, what impact do you think this is going to have sort of on the body politic, on the movement that continues to build and that you are definitely a part of?
Ms. Fluharty, you recognize.
Thank you. I worry that legislation like this will deter people from continuing to show up. We will always advocate for people to show up and continue to be part of this legislative process. But bills like this are showing constituents that what we say and what we do and how we vote does not matter. And as long as the supermajority stays like this, we are feeling like we're losing power.
Quickly, Representative Pearson, you can follow up.
Again, thank you so much. And thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. All right. Further question? Yes, we do. Representative Miller, did I see that hand? No. He says no, he did not. Who did? Yes, we do. Chair Lady Carringer, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes,
Thank you, Chairman.
to the witness.
And this is really more of a statement, but and also a clarification. We are not changing anything. A constitutional amendment means it will be put out on the ballot for all the people in the state of Tennessee to vote for if they want this in the Constitution or not. So the people in the state of Tennessee are getting the opportunity, if this passes, to say if they want that to happen or not. So we, as a House, representatives, are not changing anything. We are giving it and putting it in the people's hands that we all represent. So I just want to clarify what a constitutional amendment and what this bill says. And thank you very much for being here.
Yes, Ms. Fluharty, you want to respond to that, please?
I just wanted to mention that I did point that out in my testimony and that us constituents will continue to advocate for people to show up and vote. We just worry that the continued voter suppression and depressing political climate that is going on right now deters people from voting.
Mr. Representative McCalmon, you're to the sponsor, correct? Okay, great. Follow, yes, Miller, Representative Miller to the witness? Did I understand that? No, he says no. Okay, all right. The final 1, 2, 3, we're through. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Fluharty. We are now returned to session, and I know Representative McCalmon. Well, before we do though, sponsor, do you have any comments or remarks from that? No, he says no. Representative McCalmon, you're recognized, sir.
The previous question.
Mr. McCallum has requested previous question. All right. So there is yes, we found we see we do have objections to that. So with that, this will direct us to a vote. Those on the question, on the calling of the question. That's what we're voting on the calling of the question. And I vote is a vote to uphold the call. Okay? And I vote, and we're going to do a roll call to you, Mr. Clerk. Let's do it again, sir.
Representative Alexander. Alexander votes aye. Representative Bricken. Bricken votes no. Representative Butler. Representative Butler. Representative Carringer.
Aye.
Carringer votes aye. Representative Chisholm. Chisholm votes no. Representative Dixie. Dixie votes no. Representative Haston. Haston votes aye. Representative Holsclaw. Holsclaw votes aye. Representative Hurt. Hurt votes aye. Representative Jernigan.
No.
Jernigan votes no. Representative Johnson. Johnson votes aye. Representative Leatherwood. Leatherwood votes aye. Representative Littleton. Littleton votes aye. Representative McCalmon.
Aye.
McCalmon votes aye. Representative Miller. Representative Pearson.
Absolutely not.
Pearson votes no. Representative Powell. Powell votes no. Representative Powers. Powers votes aye. Representative Rudder. Rudder votes aye. Representative Terry. Terry votes aye. Vice Chairman Eldridge. Eldridge votes aye. Chairman Kiesling.
Aye.
Chairman Kiesling votes aye. Mr. Chairman, the vote is 14 ayes, 6 noes.
14 ayes and 6 noes. So that passes. So that moves us into puts us in the posture of a vote. So those in favor of House JR 706, please say aye. Those opposed, say no.
No.
We will, the ayes have it, and we will move that on up to Finance, Ways, and Means.
Make sure.
Thank you, Chairman of the
All right,
Committee.
thank you. All right, moving on to item number 3.